Morning everyone. So this is the night, well the morning after the night at the set. As you can see I've got my nice little headscarf on. So I'm just going to take that off and then take out the rollers, give it a good brush through and show you pretty much what that's going to look like. So this is just my standard set, so it's nothing super fancy. So they stay in pretty well with the headscarf on. And then you can give them a little spray if you want to. As you're taking them out, really slowly unwrap them. So if you pull them, you'll just end up with loads of frizz. So just go around, give them a little unwrap. Little papers will come off as well at the same time. I sound worse on a morning at the minute, where I'm not very well. Got tonsillitis. But I'm coming through. I'll pull through. It's towards the end of it now. I mean, taking antibiotics. But the mornings are the worst. It shouldn't take too long. Just make sure you really don't pull them. I might speed this up for effect. With our fingers to separate the curls, and because they've been wet set they're really quite resilient. So everyone always kind of freaks out when you brush them and thinks you're going to brush the curl out, but you won't, because they've been wet set. It kind of helps to change the structure of the hair, so yeah, they can take a decent brush. So I tend to use 3 brushes. I've got this one, which is my Denman brush. I've got this one, which is a round bristle brush. I like to use this one because I like to brush everything under. If you want, you can brush it out. I like mine to kind of come under and then have a little bit of fluff going on this side. And then I've got my teasing comb as well. So just separate them. Move your fingers a bit. I'm just looking past you all at the mirror so you can see what I'm doing. I did say that I do look like Crush of the Can when I've combed it through. So you can see it's starting to go a bit frizzy. That'll get worse. So it's just separating those curls. I have a bit of product build up in the end, so it's not because it's damaged, it's just a little bit stuck. So yeah, you could leave it like as fluffy as you want to, really. It's up to you, it depends what sort of look you're going for. If I pinned these bits back, that fluff there would actually look quite nice. And then kind of control this side here. And it depends what look I'm going for with this side. Sometimes I like to brush it out and brush the wave into it a bit and kind of clip it into place and have like a bit of an S wave. Sometimes I like to just leave it. So I'm going to take this brush and start kind of taming it. And I tend to pull down on it a little bit and I brush it against my hand just to help control that fluff. Brushing it against your hand really helps it stop being fluffy. Because if I went at it like this, you see how fluffy that's getting? That's not what you want to do. You just need to control it. So using your hand really works. And as I say, I'm not as keen on my first day of a set. I tend to like it the second and third day is the best because it's dropped a little bit more. So you just kind of brush it and mould in as you go. And upstairs I've got a mirror set up so that I can see the back of my head. It's always important to see what's kind of going on back there. I haven't got it set up down here, so I'm just going to have to wing it. We did have to break again for French bulldog interruptions. They came flying into the room. I'll have to introduce you to them at some point. But they're having their mad 5 minutes. So yeah, just keep working around. And it can take, depending what sort of finish you want, it can take up to half an hour to brush your curls out. The longer your hair is, the less curl you're going to get from it. So you kind of want it to be more, leave the curl in it a bit more if your hair is longer, because it's going to drop a lot faster. You've got to remember that I've got a haircut that's specifically kind of designed towards having this sort of set. So I did talk about my hair cut in an earlier video. I have my extremely lovely French bulldog onesie on. I had to cut the arms because it's a bit small. So yeah, I like to work in sections, and as I say, brush it against my hand. I'm leaving the fringe in, and I'll show you how I do kind of my big fringe. It's my favourite at the minute, but I'm going to show you some styling options of what to do as you grow a fringe out in another video. My voice is so sore today. So you can see I'm just brushing these ends around my hand. If I pull it down like this, you can see kind of where the natural curl wants to sit. So if I wanted something that looked a bit more like a deep one teeth kind of S wave, I would just pop some clips in. Where I can see these waves forming. I'd usually use the longer clips. And then I just spray that down and leave it until I was about to go out. And then that'd give me that nice like D to S wave that she's got. So I'm just going to go through with this brush now. I'm just going to smooth bits of it round. Because this brush is acting kind of like my hand. Until I get it all exactly how I want it. This side's actually behaving today, it's gone into quite a nice shape already. And I'm going to tuck it behind my ear. So I quite like that. If your hair's quite fine, you might need to back comb bits of the hair together, or you want it to have a lot of volume underneath. You can take each section and just kind of back comb the curls together if they're not sitting properly, and it'll just give you a bit more body to the underneath. Just make sure that you smooth over the top bit. I have no idea what the back of my hair looks like right now. You can kind of feel it. Feels okay. But once you've got it how you pretty much want it to sit, just take your hairspray, and this is that one that I was telling you about, the Sebastian Reshaper, that I love because it just won't move once it's on. Give it the hairdresser's spray and bounce. side a bit more. And sometimes you'll find that your hair just doesn't want to go into the same style that you've had it in before, and it's making up a style of its own, so just go with it. It's easier than just trying to force it to do something that it doesn't want to do. So you can see I haven't got any horrible ridges up here because I twisted those clips around. If you brush out that wave, it'll disappear. If you wanted it to stay, you would have to work with it to get it to stay in. But you can give yourself some nice little, if you want to pull pieces out, give yourself nice little curl details you can. It's quite fun. Quite like how that's done. Make sure you're far enough away from your head when you spray it as well. You don't just want to make your hair soaking wet. And then onto the fringe. So use this brush. Brush it together, and it's going to already want to kind of bounce under into that sort of roll. If you wanted to do it into a roll off your face, then I'd usually roll the night before in the opposite direction, so backwards. You can see it kind of wants to go up into that anyway. And I'm going to give it a good back comb. When you're back combing, you want to kind of do this sort of motion, up like that. It's a bit more gentle on the hair and you get a good back comb. So you want it to be able to stand up on its own like this. Give it a little hairspray under. And it always looks like you're combing that back, combing back out, but you're actually not, you're just smoothing it round. So you get it pretty much where you want it. Mine, I just keep getting higher and higher. I'm not sure how high I'm going to end up with it. It's just going to be here, it'll be amazing. Don't part and say the higher the hair, the closer we hold. I always give this a really good spray, because if the rest of my hair drops and that's still in place, it still looks good. And then that's it. Apart from the back, I'm going to show you the back, but I'll go upstairs and fix it anyway because I'm not sure what it's going to look like. There we go. And then usually I put like a little clip in, a little flower in. I've got a little clip here. A little Kirby grip. Always remember that you're doing wavy side down because that's the bit that's going to grip the hair. And then there we go, all done. If you are having loads of trouble with your frizz and you just, no matter how much you're brushing it, this was quite quick because my hair's kind of getting used to being in that sort of style. But if you really can't get rid of any of the frizz and you're going out and you're freaking out, you get some of this. It's the Suavacita Pomade, and I got it from America. I got it shipped in. It smells just amazing. And it's water-based. So it's really nice on the hair as well. Or you use a tiny bit of it, just to really smooth those curls. It's also nice if you're doing victory rolls, that sort of thing, because it gives a really smoothed effect. So yeah, I quite like using a bit of pomade every now and then, just to give it a little bit more shine. You can use your shine spray afterwards as well if you think you need a little bit more kind of shininess. But don't forget, shine spray gives you shininess. Don't forget that this will drop, so don't worry if it's quite tight, but it's actually worked out pretty well today. I'm quite happy with how tight it is. And then tomorrow it'll be a little bit looser and a bit looser until it'll come back down to having a bit of a wave in at about here. And then I'll probably do an updo with it. But yeah, I'll show you what updo that I do then. And everyone have a good day and see you later. Bye.